Well, I'm Jim Kimball. I'm 83, going on 84, and I've been coming to the church, actually, I think it's been about 4 or 5 years. Well, this will be a little different because, nobody witnessed to me. I was in the Army, and this young fella, we were young at the time, we were in the same platoon. And at first he never said a thing to me about the gospel, but his life was different. And when you first go into the Army, and you're a young man, it's rough in there. And, a lot of drinking and whatnot, smoking and all that. But he was different. And not only that, but he went to chapel on Sunday. And as I recall, he's the only one. He'd put on his Class A uniform and get all dressed up, and he'd go to church. And I just got to know him and was really impressed with him. And he never did share the gospel with me, but I saw Christ in him, the way he lived it. Why, I come back to Warden, my wife and I went to work on the farm, and met Pastor Blazer. He just told us about Christ, about how Christ had died for our sin and would forgive us of the sins that we had committed. And it just touched our heart. So we both accepted Christ. We were both baptized not too long after that. That has changed my life over the years. It's amazing, really. How God has blessed, and I've grown in Him and grown to know Him better. And because when you first come to know Christ, you got some learning to do. We all do, and so the things that I've learned over the years, it's amazing, and the teaching I've had. And pastors that have had an influence in my life, and other believers, my goodness, other Christians that are solid in the Word and whatnot have helped me to grow in Christ. Well, I would say that it's, for me personally, I'd say it's the very best thing that ever happened to me is for me to be born again, to know Christ in a personal way. And to know that my sins have been forgiven, and to know that I have hope. I mean, obviously, as old as I am, how much time I got left, but I have the confidence that I know from the absent from the body is to be present with the Lord and spend eternity with Him.